regular meeting. Will the treasurer please call the roll?
Mrs. Apple.
Here.
Ms. Majeska.
Here.
Mr. Rossi. Here. Mrs. Deco.
Here.
Mr. Sajak.
Here, 5 present, none absent. On the behalf of the board, I would like to welcome students, staff, parents, and interested community members to tonight's Board of Education meeting. The board values and encourages public comment on education issues. Anyone having an interest in the actions of the board may participate during the public comments portion of the meeting. A copy of the board meeting agenda is available to review on the website. We do ask anyone to silence your cell phones during the meeting. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will entertain a motion for the approval of tonight's agenda, please.
So moved.
Okay, Ms. Deca, second.
Second.
Okay, second, Ms. Majeska. Is there any discussion?
I'm requesting, because there's no name there, that we remove item 8D. That's the employment of Dean of Students. The process is, we just ran out of time with the holiday on Friday. Was not able to get the last interview conducted in the process here, so that's going to be on Wednesday. So we can't vote on anything tonight.
Okay.
And then for mine, I was going to look at 5E advances. I'm going to bump up 60,000 to 80,000. I'll touch base on that.
Okay.
And there's no executive session mentioned here, so if anybody feels they need to have executive session added, we could add it. But right now, there's no item on the agenda for executive session.
Okay. Anything else? Hearing none, treasurer, please call the roll on the amended agenda.
Mrs. Deco.
Aye.
Ms. Majeska.
Aye.
Mrs. Apple.
Aye.
Mr. Rossi.
Aye.
Mr. Sajak.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Moving on to section 4, treasurer's business.
Thank you. Ask for items 4A, 5A through 5L for approval tonight in the consent agenda.
Okay, may I have a motion for those items, please?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Apathy,
Second.
second by Mr. Rossi. I knew you were going to do that. Discussion.
5A would be the financials for the month of May. And we can spend some time on the ones for June next month because that'll be the close of our fiscal year. So I'll spend a good amount of time going through a lot of those worksheets as we close the fiscal year just to see where we're at. Does anybody have any questions on those? 5B, new vendors, we just had 2. Both Matt Hartman, so I'm not sure, Matt, if you want to talk about these at all, but first one is Forte, that's for technology equipment, estimated cost $10,000 a year from the general fund. Number 2 is Bloom USA, technology equipment as well, $7,000 from the general fund.
Both of these are technology providers. They are companies that we would order Clever Touches or Chromebooks from. Forte is a new client. Our former sales rep that I very appreciated that took really good care of the district moved to that company, and they do the same kind of sales. And they offer a more robust service than just the same kind of brands we've been dealing with. They offer the same brands, but we can explore new and better and alternative brands as well.
And what's a Clever Touch for those that are
Clever
new?
Touch TVs are our display touchscreen TVs. They have wireless streaming capabilities. Most of the classrooms this year will be on TVs, so it's just continuing the trend of updating all the classrooms.
No more projectors.
No more projectors.
5C is going to be purchase orders over 5,000. Look at our lead sheet. Everything here is going to be for fiscal year 27, next fiscal year. So these are routine items that we put in. These are blanket purchase orders, the majority of them. So the first one is Ennis Britton. That's our general legal services, $50,000 for the amount. Again, we don't spend it all, then we just release that encumbrance back into the pool of money that we have. give it to Matt, he gives it back to me. So there's no change in the water. It's just for presentation purposes. So what we do is we have our grant funds. We look, 516 is our idea, and 584 is our title. Those two funds go negative because we still have to get the money back from ODE, and they shut down the fiscal year right around this time. So we advance the money to ourselves to make sure that those funds aren't negative, but they look positive. And then once we get the money from ODE, the money goes back into our general fund. So it's just for presentation purposes. F is gonna be transfers out. So 200,000 in total, so a little more than the 5-year forecast, or the financial forecast, but not by much. So we have 60,000 going from the general fund to the food service fund, and then we have 140,000 altogether going from the general fund to the 300 fund, but split out 138,000 to the athletic fund, 1,000 to the yearbook fund, and another 1,000 to the elementary school art club that we have. So again, it's the general fund essentially, taking those funds from any type of negative to a positive. Everything's in line, it's reasonable for what we had in the past, so no real difference. Any questions on that? And then G, H, I, J, K, and L would be our new grants for fiscal '27. So we have our title grant, Title II, Title III, Title IV, IDEA B special education, and IDEA early childhood special education. All the amounts are comparable to the ones we have this year, so there's really no difference. These are the ones we have year to year. So, Matt, did you want to add anything for CCIP? Would you start that fiscal year, fiscal '27?
Each fund has specific purposes that you're allowed to use. Title I is tied to low income and is typically used for literacy. We won we won an award, a national award this past year because of our use of Title I funds. Title II is to advance student opportunities through things like professional development of staff is typically what we use that fund for. Title III is a very small amount. We only get about $700. We have 3 students right now who are, I think 3, it could be 2 that are in our English learner program. So we're required to join a consortium. So we join the ESCM Northeast Ohio's consortium to be able to use more resources than what $700 could buy. Title IV, this is really for staff development specifically in order to advance opportunities for students. IDEA is Individuals Disabilities Education Act. So this is our primary special education fund. And then this is specifically for our preschool, pre-K program, also for students with disabilities. So the good thing is I think they are in line pretty much with what we've received the past several years, which is important because there was concern that maybe some of the federal grants would be reduced significantly. And if it has been reduced, I wouldn't consider it to be a significant amount. And we've done a nice job of carrying over in the accounts that we can carry over. So we will actually have more. For example, Title II, we're going to have more than just $10,000. We may have $15,000, but you do have to spend that money down in a certain period of time or the ODEW will take it back and return it.
Just a quick example, if we look at item 5K, Matt, if you were to open that attachment up that we have down there.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, something.
But, so if we see here, the award comes into us like this, so we can see that our base amount is $143,251 and change. Then if we go back to our financials for
question. Do you have
Yeah.
to apply for these grants every year, or?
Now, they're what's
Okay.
called entitlement grants, so we're entitled to receive them, they're not competitive grants. So there are some competitive grants, like the school bus safety one that we applied for, and we do the Attorney General competitive grants. But no, these are all entitled to us.
Can I ask one question about the sewer district
Yeah.
PO? Does that include the likely increase, the 5-year increase that they're gonna be looking at getting approved, I think, in the next month or two?
It falls on 5-year financial forecast. So if we have to bump it up, we look at how we're trending, we can just modify that budget on that line item and increase it. But I think the 92,000, what I have in there, should be good enough to cover it, but we'll see.
Any other questions, discussion? Hearing none, treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Apple,
Aye.
Mr. Rossi,
Aye.
Ms. Majeski,
Aye.
Mrs. Decker,
Aye.
Mr. Sajaki.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Moving into section 7, treasurer's discussion and comments.
Just one, just on everybody's radar, that in the month of August is the financial forecast, so coming up sooner than we think. And again, the plan would be to present it at the first meeting we have in August, and then 2 weeks later approve it.
Okay,
That's all I have, it's my thing.
nothing else? All right, let's move into section 8, superintendent.
Okay, on the consent agenda, I have 8A, B, C, E, and F, and 9A.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion for those items, please.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Decker,
Second?
and we seem to be in a pattern. Second by Mrs. Jessica. Discussion, please.
So we've already had a little discussion over a number of these items here. So the first one is the reemployment of our maintenance supervisor. It's a 3-year contract. We had discussed that last year he was the only employee in the district that had not received the 2.25% increase, and so shifted him over one column on the pay schedule. And then he had also had this $60 per month cell phone stipend that I've been pulling back. Talked to Bob McBride at Ennis Britton, and he expressed that that could be viewed as compensation that you have reduced from somebody that was already earning it. There's an argument that we could all unilaterally do that, but that's not how the employees are viewing that. And so I've also then added the 720, which would be 60 times 12, back to his salary schedule. So that's the adjustment that's been made for him, and I've got that explanation there. For Mr. Melvin, this is a 2-year principal contract for pre-K through 5. Same thing, the only difference in the salary schedule that I had shared with you is the $720. That is the 60 times 12. That was compensation. That it is appropriate not to reduce that. I should note that all future administrative positions will never know what a cell phone stipend was, because this is left over from a time gone by, but yet it's been part of people's salaries, annual salaries. So it is being phased out. For 8C, for Mr. Dtre, this is just an addendum to his 2-year contract. He's entering year 2 of a 2-year contract, and that addendum specifically was to adjust the salary by $720 to make sure that that's not any more of a reduction in his compensation. And then the STRS pickup provision that protects that particular benefit should lawmakers eliminate that. And that's what we've built into, we're building into all the other administrators' contracts as advised by legal counsel. We pulled D off, that it's the Dean of Students, so we still have a 3rd round to go. I'm going to conduct that on Wednesday. I do have a copy of the application of the final candidate that Mr. Dtre is recommending. If anybody would like to see it, you can take a copy with you when you leave tonight. But that's going to finish up on Wednesday is the plan. We would need to have a special board meeting before the July 10th statutory contract release date. And that can be a 5-minute meeting. I need three members present. I understand that it's summertime. It can be any Monday coming up, or it can be Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter to me, whatever is best for the board. So we can discuss that when I get to my discussion section, of when a good time for that could be. Letter E, this is employment of a custodian at step 1 of the salary schedule. This is the recommendation of James Keck. It's a 1-year limited contract. This replaces the vacancy left by Mr. Schwarzer when he resigned back in, I think it was January or February. So we've gone a little while without, about 6 months without that position. It's a split shift position. So during the year, it's going to be a 12 o'clock to 8:30 shift, which gives us some nice overlap. So we'll have some additional help in the afternoon, and we'll have some additional help and then in the evening. And we know a lot of events happen between that time school lets out and 8:30 at night. It's a big campus for just one person to manage the whole entire night on the night custodian, but we get a lot of benefit from a split shift. So this is a split shift position. Letter F, this is the move of those interested 195-day cleaners to the 260 year-round position. And of the 5 that we have remaining, because we had a resignation back in May, 4 of the 5 wanted to move over to the year-round position, and that will begin on July 1st. I've listed what step they will be on, how many years of service. That's important because of the career increments, as well as the number of vacation days that each would earn based on their years of service in the district. So I've recommended Sohair Solomon, Jennifer Graceffo, Erlinda Lacambra, and Drew Evans as the 4 people. And then 9A, this is an agreement for $1,750 to assist us with some of the compliance issues we have around data privacy and the software agreements. Matthew, do you just want to talk about this real quickly?
For Senate Bill 29, we are required to get student data privacy agreements for all data or all software that student data goes through. We have a bunch of software that we utilize, and the agreements expire at different time rates. I have to contact software's legal department usually to get these agreements, and even then sometimes they aren't even signed for the district. I believe in the past we've had to approve one that we had to piggyback off of with Nordonia. This service allows us to piggyback off of them. They have about 3,000 to 5,000 softwares already, data privacy agreements ready to go that are compliant with Ohio. This will just help safeguard us in the future for any softwares. We can just easily add them. It'll also be compatible with the Parent Bill of Rights, so any parent can also see any data requested as well. And it's also just a great service. It will save a bunch of time and just hunting down these privacy agreements for even random softwares. This will include things like AI softwares possibly in the future. Just any kind of education software you can imagine will be able to be covered for any data privacy stuff.
Okay, thank you. Those are all the items.
Okay, any other questions or discussion on those items? Hearing none, treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Decker?
Aye.
Ms. Majeska?
Aye.
Mrs. Evan?
Aye.
Mr. Rossi?
Aye.
Mr. Strachey?
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Moving into section 11, superintendent's discussion and comments.
Yeah, the primary thing is to determine when would be a best time to have a meeting to vote on a dean of students position. We had just under 20 applicants. Mr. Dietrey with Mr. Melvin interviewed, I believe, 8 applicants virtually during the first week, 30-minute interviews, and then from there they narrowed it down to 3 individuals that they had a large committee interview might have been last Wednesday, I believe it was. And then during our agenda review, I discussed that in a little bit more detail with Gary and Mandy were in that meeting. So we talked about that just a little bit, that if I were to rush it, I don't want to misstep. I want to make sure we get references checked. I want to make sure that we have proper time to talk about salary and benefits and things like that, because the job was posted to be a $75,000 to $80,000 starting position. So I want to make sure that it's all very clear. And you don't know if somebody's going to say yes, but we'll get through that process. So what are your thoughts?
I could do Thursday, and then I'm on vacation for next week.
You said this Thursday?
6?
Yeah, this is this will be a 5 to 10 minute meeting. It'll take you longer to read all the stuff at the beginning than it will
Right.
be to vote on the items.
As long as we start at 5.
I can be flexible. I mean, if it's something early or.
You're open. And again, you don't have to have all 5. It helps to have 5 when you're voting on a supervisory type position, but I also understand it's a busy time of year as well.
You could be ready by Thursday?
Our interview's Wednesday morning. Yeah.
You will be ready by Thursday.
5 o'clock.
I'll agree with that.
So we'd have to do a special notice tomorrow, is that right?
So we want.
5 o'clock on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday. Not be able to make that postmortem concert, my sister's coming up in Columbus, so we're not gonna.
Well, so that means,
Only the treasurer present.
yeah, and that can be,
And
well, Mr. Dobbins isn't here anymore. He used to do that for you all the time. But,
voluntold.
yeah, but that could be any member. It could be the treasurer pro temp for that night.
Yeah,
So it's-
right.
So, that's not a problem. Is that good? Good for you? Okay. And then we're making really good progress with some of our facility needs. All the stadium lights are actually installed. They're ready to go. You can flip the switch and they light up the night sky from what I understand. What I've been told is they will give off enough light that you can even see the field where the kids play on a Friday night. We'll see it. I don't want to turn them on now because the mayflies might invade, but everything has been, that project, for all intents and purposes, completed other than paying the bill. So that's fantastic. The scoreboard is looking like it's going to be a mid-May. Oh my gosh, the mayflies, I'm thinking May. Mid-July. It's going to ship from South Dakota on July 1st. July 3rd is a Friday. That's an observed holiday in the work world, so I don't know how much it's going to be making its way across the country at that particular point. So you're probably looking at that second full week of July that they're going to start doing that install. On the archway over here, we did get the bricks taken down today. I believe on Wednesday, GPD's civil engineer is going to come out and just ensure that there was a hairline fracture, if you will, of the bricks down the one side of the ancillary gym, the corner of the building. And they wanted to make sure that there was nothing damaged underneath the bricks. George Grissom doesn't think that there is.
I was out looking today, there's actually a full part to see it, there's probably a lot of space this wide that's already built in behind the bricks and the rock, so that's why they did happen.
Yeah. So they anticipated a milkman hitting the archway at some point, is what they did, probably. So yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any additional structural damage there. So Matt's been working with our insurance company, and Jim Zerbola's worked with Mr. Grissom to make sure that this is gonna get done. And it'll take a couple weeks, but I think once they get out here on Wednesday, that's gonna be a done deal. We do have we've taken the old bleachers out of the north gym, and those got hauled away today. We've got the new bleachers they're already set up, they just need to be wheeled in for that north gym. We also have an asbestos abatement we have to do there, as well as the refinishing of the gym floor, but that's already scheduled and it's gonna be happening here in the next month. Our new gutters that we approved, it feels like a year and a half ago, finally, yeah, last February, they're finally,
Busier.
they're installed on the front. Did they finish them today? Yeah, I think they were finishing. You can't, if you look at the building from the street, you can't even tell they're there. We're certainly going to know when it's not raining in the north gym anymore that they're there, which is going to be nice. So that's been installed. Mr. Hartman and Mr. Dietrich's been going around the district doing the technology upgrades and installs. Our student cleaning staff is doing a really nice job. They've almost finished the 3rd floor, and they'll be finishing that this week and moving to the 2nd floor of the facility. By the end of June, they'll be done and heading over to the elementary school. What am I missing as far as other projects go? Seal coating behind the school, between the school and the stadium. That was the last responsibility of Rulon to finish that hillside project. We couldn't do it in the fall because weather was happening at that point, so we couldn't do that. We were having a tough time mowing the hill that they had basically cleared, did a horrible job of putting it all back. They had cleared it again, and it's still very, very, very steep in some places. So we I don't know if we rented it or we got to borrow a demo robotic lawnmower that can climb that hill and cut it and stripe it and everything all through its little sensors. It was phenomenal. And I think the cost is under $5,000, and I think it's something that we should probably look at to cut our hillsides, because what we don't need is an employee falling down the hill with a lawnmower. And, you know, it's steep in some spots. So it was impressive. Robotics is here to stay, I think, so. But we're gonna look at that a little bit more in depth. But I think it could really help with some of our, it can cut rain, shine, day, night. How many times a week you want, it'll go out there and stripe it. It's impressive. Anything else that we've got going on? I don't want to take much longer. That's it. The roofing project is a little delayed. It's not going to be delayed to the point where it affects school, but they're behind about 2 weeks. The Centimark crew was supposed to be here removing the gravel coating off of the rooftop, and they could not get that scheduled appropriately. And so Tremco themselves are sending in their own crew to remove the gravel so that it doesn't delay the process anymore. And they're likely going to be sending 2 crews up here, and they're going to get through this roofing project pretty quickly once they get here. But I expressed my concern that they're already 2 weeks behind. I want to make sure that this doesn't get forgotten as we move through the summer. Yeah, we put the posts in, the volleyball posts, so that we can have practice in the ancillary gym when we are installing the bleachers in the month of September. So they're not going to have to go off campus. So the drilling has happened there, and that should be ready to go. The stripes and everything, the court's painted. So yeah, we made a lot of progress in a really short period of time. It's exciting. It's nice to see things happening, visible things. It's good to invest in the district that way. That's it. Yep.
Any other discussions? Anybody? Okay, where are we? Section 12, Board Business Resolutions. We have a resolution, we have 2 items on the agenda. One is a resolution to retain professional services of Peppel and Wagner, who were here at our last meeting to discuss that, and has also been mentioned by the treasurer earlier. And then an approval for the superintendent's request for a Greater Cleveland School Superintendents Association membership for the years 26-27. I'll make those motions. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Oh, okay. I was watching another board member go, but we'll take yours. We'll take yours. Any discussion on those 2 items? Hearing none, treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr. Suchek.
Aye.
Mr. Rossi.
Aye.
Mrs. Abbott.
Aye.
Ms. Majeska.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Moving on to section 13, board discussion and comments. Anyone? Me either. CVCC is meeting at ESC this week. I'm not quite sure why, but it'll follow our Thursday meeting here. Possible future agenda items, anyone? Okay, section 15, it should be noted that Board of Education members receive their agendas several days prior to the meeting and have had considerable opportunity to study and ask questions and so on. Upcoming board meetings, well, we have one coming up on Thursday, what's the date?
That's a good question. That's the 25th, right?
25th?
23rd, 24th, 25th.
25th.
Yes. It's going to be at 5 p.m.
Thursday, the 25th at 5 p.m., we have a special board meeting for one item. And on Monday, July 13th, we have a work session. On Monday, July 27th, a regular board meeting. And August 10th, there'll be a work session, all of those starting at 6 o'clock here in the Monterey Media Center. There's no other business to come before the group. Could I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Okay. A second?
I'll second.
I thought for sure you were gonna make the motion.
Sorry, Dr. Butler, I didn't talk.
Okay.
Trying to keep you on your toes, Gary.
Yeah, that's what it is. So Ms. Apathy made the motion. We have a second from Ms. Decker. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Apathy.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Ms. Majeska.
Aye.
Mr. Rossi. Aye. Mr. Souchaki.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. It is 6:37 PM and we have set a record for a short board meeting. For a regular board meeting, that's a record.